Hello everyone, I'm here today with Joe Achilles, over there. And we are here I'm here to drive the Focus RS and have a little sort of chat with Joe. Joe's had it for a couple of days. He's had a longer sort of test. I'm going to go for a little drive, see what it's like, and sort of do a little bit of a comparison with the RS3, because it's sort of like the cheaper, potentially better handling version. Some stuff might be better, some stuff might be worse. I don't really know yet. I haven't really been in it. So we're going to go for a drive. When you open the door on the Focus RS, it has these little door shut things here that pop out and protect your door for if you smack it into someone else. Now, whilst it's a neat idea, I don't know, like, it's really weird. Hello everyone, we are here in the Focus RS. I'm here with Joe Achilles, at Joe Achilles on Instagram, YouTube, all that stuff. He does a lot of car stuff. We did Gumball together.
We did?
Gumball,
yeah.
Riding around. And mainly does a lot of kind of fast, small cars.
Yeah.
It's kind of
like this one.
Like this one. This is right up his street.
Yeah.
We've just driven the RS3. So immediately I get in the Focus RS. I noticed it comes with a very handy GoPro mount on the front here.
Oh yeah, where did that come from?
Interior wise, I feel like I'm in a Ford. Like this is where you sell more money is being spent on the engine potentially than the interior. But it's very utilitarian. It does got all the stuff.
Yeah.
In this car. Like, I think the option pack to have Bluetooth, everything you would want interior wise, is something like £800.
Yeah, exactly. I think I'll just bring out this.
Yeah, we got the spec sheet. Yeah, this one.
Yeah,
£465
quid. Rear camera.
For nav, rear camera, decent sound system, and then you can have Bluetooth and all that stuff. £465. I'm pretty sure in the RS3 that would be like
4,600
or 300 something. Exactly. How do we start? We've got a start-stop button. So there's a key apparently in here somewhere.
Yeah.
It's down there. Now, does it have... Oh, we got a reversing camera. I don't have a reversing camera. Oh, hello. Let's not go into it. Now, ride position in this car, I feel I'm quite high. Which... it's alright. Seat's quite comfy. Interior, everything to this. Gear stick, I'm used to Porsches, and Porsche gear sticks are always in kind of really quite good places. So it feels like reaching back a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. And I think they've tried to mount it as far forward as possible, because I actually hit my big hands on.
Oh, really?
It's like third gear aircon max.
But it's nice that when you're that, you can then just flick the aircon with your hand if you want at the same time.
But not in fourth. So we're not getting any pop. So sorry, the engine. So it's a 2.3 EcoBoost they call it, which is ironic because the other day when I was out playing with you guys, I managed to get 130 miles out of a tank. So there's nothing eco about that. There's a lot of boost, but there's no eco. If I'm being honest.
Drive modes and stuff, different exhaust noises, and how does this work?
Yeah. So we default is comfort. Then we just press this button down there, and on the screen it comes up. You have to press it twice to get sport. That basically gives you a slightly stiffer ride and opens the valves and the exhaust.
Let's try that for a bit,
you get the pops and the bangs.
You have to point me in that direction.
Right down there, around there.
How much is one of these?
So they're 30.
I mean, you have the spec sheet.
So
this particular car, which has all the options.
Yeah. So this particular car's a scrape under 36 grand, but basically they're 31, 2, and and then right at the next roundabout, just right here.
Instantly, we just had a couple of pops. I feel like a bit of a hooligan. I don't know why, but I feel like I'm a hooligan in this car. change, it goes whoop, 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 whoop. Turns in nicely.
That, doesn't it? It's very pointy, isn't it?
It kind of just turns in. I guess you got to push it faster and faster and faster until you find the limit of that.
Yeah.
But at the moment,
well, that's what I find so amazing about this car is the balance it's got. It's like a rear-wheel drive car in the corners. You push it, then the whole car slides, and if you accelerate, the back end comes out, which is just.
Oh, it's a cute little box. Engine note wise, I don't. Is it? We put the rears down. Do we hear it better? Does it just do that on gear changes? Like,
yeah, it does it at certain revs. So either lift off on gear changes, or sometimes when you're changing down as well. I think it's engineered in there.
It feels a little engineered. That was. I mean, I wasn't really. This revs up to 6.5, and that was at like 3 or something.
Yeah, 3. It goes about 5. It will still pop. Anything over 5, it tends not to crack.
Ah, yeah. 4.5. Why is it 4.5? Like in every single car you go in, it's 4.5 is when you get the most pops per bangs per flamey like stuff.
Yeah.
It's always
so true. Even on like high-end like supercars and stuff, it's the same, isn't it?
It's always 4.5.
Yeah. They assume that people haven't got the balls to tear it all the way
But
up.
it's the same on old stuff as well.
Right. Yeah, even your new old.
My new old
911. That's where you get most of the bangs.
Is yeah. Alright, so we got some good little windy bits. Oh yeah.
It's a car that it's difficult on, like you get in your RS3 and immediately you just feel that it's just a product. It's amazing. It's a weapon. But this car, it took me a while to warm up. I've had it a week now. I've done nearly 1,000 miles, and every time I drive it, I like it more and more. We'll go left at the main road. Every time I drive it, I like it more and more, and it excites me. And like you said, it does bring the child out in you. And you, let's face it, you're not much older than the child, whereas I'm like an old man. But, so I've got no excuses. But yeah,
100%. I'm having to like learn a bit about it. The more I'm driving it, the start off, honestly, the first thing I noticed, I'm like, oh, it just feels a bit weird. Doesn't feel that kind of together yet. And then the more I drive it, so I've been driving for what, 5-10 minutes now, something like that. It's sort of shrinking around me a little bit. I'm getting to learn it. I still feel a little bit high up, but actually I can see a lot, and I don't feel like I'm going to fall out of the car, which sometimes you worry about.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Like the suspensions are pretty good. Ah. Hello. Right, we need to find somewhere to do a launch control. Try that
Yeah.
out.
We'll go down to our.
Because the launch control in this is slightly interesting. The Audi, we turn everything off, and then it has to be in sport, or I think it's got to be in sport. And then you just left foot, right foot. You just did it.
Yeah, easy, and you can just do it again and again and again.
Again, it just does it.
Yeah.
I think you have to go through some menus to dig it out. It's not, launch control is not something you're going to use every day. Like, I don't know why.
No, even when I took my old M135 to like Santa Pod, and you haven't got enough time, even with lights at Santa Pod or traffic lights, you haven't got enough time usually to activate the launch control. So
yeah,
when do you really use it? Just to entertain your mates.
It's just to entertain yourself. It's because your car has it.
Yeah.
That's why you do it. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like it's rude. I think I may have done a launch control in my RS3 within the first 3 miles of having the car. I made sure it was warm and then I did a launch control. But like, you know, if someone ever lends you a car that's got launch control, maybe not one of your friends' cars, but a dealership, if a dealership ever lends you a car with launch control, do it. Straight away. If you've never done it, even any car that has launch control, it's probably fun. It's fun, hilarious.
And ignore the salesman if he says it hasn't been running, or you know, it's a demo car. That's what they're there for.
Yeah, drive it like you stole it.
Keep going to that one, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's a good
He's
one.
just pointed me to everything off. Will this car do everything off?
It will, yeah, there is.
Have you tried it?
Yeah, I have, and it's lovely and balanced. So we'll swing around here.
Oh, was this where we were before?
Yes, it's one of the ones we came to. And yeah, you can load it up nicely around here, load it up, and then floor it here, and you get the back end come out. Lovely. You're like, really? Oh, fuck. Oh, sorry.
That's pretty long. That comes out so easily.
That's what I mean. It's honestly, we'll do it left here. It's honestly like a rear-wheel driven car. Like it's.
None of my rear-wheel driven cars do that. None of them. They all have far too much grip. How does one do launch control?
Right, so
to do launch control.
So you got to go over to the main menu there. Left is very slow. Then down to settings. No.
Yeah.
Oh, driver. Sorry. Yeah. I didn't know you could go across there. Yeah. And then driver assist. And then launch. You press it.
Okay. And then when it's on.
So when it's on, you're in first. Foot on the clutch, obviously, and foot flat on the floor. So a bit like with the Audi in that sense, but that's the clutch instead of the brake. And
Still the traction comes on.
did you feel it kick in there?
Yeah. And it likes a bit of pulls a little bit under acceleration to one side, doesn't it?
Bit of torque steer.
Bit of torque steer.
Yeah.
Not bad, but a little bit. It's pretty hilarious. It's really weird having ESC off, like off,
But it's
and then it goes.
Oh, did you actually see it flash as well? Oh, see, that's not. Yeah, that is frustrating, isn't it? In a car like
understand. I understand. You don't necessarily, because what it lets you do with it on is fair, but if it makes you take 5 seconds to turn it off, it should just be off.
Yeah, I agree. And there's a lot of cars that do that these days, and it's frustrating.
So that was a little drive in the Focus RS. A couple of comparisons with the RS3. I think they're very sort of different cars. The RS3 is more, I would say, is more a complete sort of luxury small vehicle. If you're looking for something to be a very refined hatchback, the RS3 is the most refined hatchback that you can get. It beats all the other ones. So the A45 has a really solid ride. It's all right. I'm not a massive fan of Mercedes interiors, but it's nice place to be. But it's really solid. It's just not quite. The engine in the RS3 is what sets it apart from everything else, I think. Like, that 5-cylinder just sounds phenomenal compared to all the other ones.
It really does.
And that makes it a nice place to be, a nice experience just when at 20 miles an hour, 2 miles an hour, because you get that sound all the time. It's like driving around in a V12. They should never get rid of V12s. I don't care about the emissions. You should be able to have V12s, even if you have all hybrid ones or something. Like, they sound amazing and they make your life better. ICE engines make your life better. Everybody should get bigger engines. In fact, the 5-cylinder 360 horsepower engine in my RS3 is more efficient than the 260 horsepower 4-cylinder in my S3. So, fact of the day, bigger, more horsepower is more efficient and therefore better for the environment.
Totally.
Totally.
Yeah.
Fact.